And you should hear us, hopefully. Welcome! Finally, after some technical difficulties and having to switch streaming platform, we're going to put this straight to YouTube today. And we are back in the desert. We're in the deserts of Stygia. How did we get here? Last time we were on an island. What happened?
Long boat journey.
A boat journey.
Did some shopping.
Did some more shopping.
That was a very exciting stream last time.
Camels.
Took some camels. Got as far as a place. Decided to go around it.
Picked some apples.
Yeah, that didn't work out well. Got a burn on my forehead.
What sort of apples were those?
Apples of Djachroum.
Yeah, so they were quite special. What makes them special?
Poison. Doesn't it rot the skin or
Something like that, yeah. It's a rather nasty poison.
Just ends you.
Yeah.
Horrible.
That's an amber poison.
Yeah.
Well, poison on arrows could be quite useful.
Can be.
That is
can be.
true. I'm definitely going to give you a vial.
It's not that you need it. I mean, normally you one-shot most enemies anyway. Otherwise, we could say to Durzo, poison on a sword might be a good idea, but it wouldn't ever act. It wouldn't ever work. Anyway, we will sooner or later.
It wouldn't be enough time.
We will have a.
No, but
Right.
on the note of Christ shooting stuff, we also, I think, started fighting the Stygians.
You did.
You did.
In the desert. Why?
Yeah.
You came
Yeah, so
upon.
we followed the group of Stygians, didn't we, into some sort of rocky area. And we came across a group of them surrounding a couple of men.
Mhm. Yes, that's right. I've
At
even
that
got a
point,
picture for that. Let me
we
just locate it.
Did we defeat them all?
I don't think so
not
because I
all.
was. Oh, maybe we did.
I
I
mean,
can see one dead in the chat, and then one got shot again. So I think 2 were killed.
yeah, I think there were 4. So, but I'm quite happy to declare that combat over. So we don't just have like a couple of minion people who are just getting killed anyway. Or am I taking your joy away here?
No, that's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
So
I
We'll
think we
just-
won the battle.
I'll show you
Durzo
a
kills
little
them and
picture.
that's it.
I'm not even in this fight.
No, you're not.
You were,
No.
That's
No.
right, because you were back with the rest of
Yeah.
the mounts and stuff.
Only the
Oh,
sneak-
because we snuck
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
we sneaked up. on them.
We
Yeah.
weren't very clever.
So I just am showing you. Oh gosh,
Yeah, because if you remember,
I see it.
the guard was about to, I think, attack or kill one of the men that circled. So we had to make a
Yes.
quick snap decision to attack.
yeah.
And we have saved these 2, but the consequence is that perhaps we might have asked what was going on before we saved these 2.
Perhaps.
That's what I last remember. Is that we're not really sure why they were surrounded.
We don't know the story there.
We just instinctively sided with the underdogs.
I just wanted to briefly do something here. Sorry, I need to fiddle about a little bit because I just realized I haven't got a window that shows the beautiful artwork from the book.
Mm.
So I just put that over your faces for a moment. And I'll switch it off again. So these 2 people in Desert Garb were surrounded by Stygian soldiers. Ha! They're covering you now. And you came to the rescue because you thought, oh, come on, the Stygian soldiers, they must be our enemy, right?
Of course.
And you always root for the underdog. And there were actually already a couple of those desert people basically on the ground. So they had
Well,
been
would you-
fighting for a little while.
We'd found a dead person, hadn't we,
Yeah, also that.
beforehand?
Hmm.
Yes, we had.
So, let me hide that again. You basically see that the remaining 2 Stygian soldiers are getting back on the mounts and trying to ride off. I'll give you a chance to have some shooting fun, some target practice. So, will you let them escape or not?
No, because they could go and bring in help, couldn't they?
Oh, very easily. Very easily. You assume that they're not alone in the desert, but that they were a patrol trying to chase somebody down.
Okay.
Are you going to shoot?
Yeah, I think I'm going to shoot.
Right. I give you 1 round. 2 rounds before they're out of sight. And then there might be a chance that they actually ride towards Durzo and the others.
That's a good point. If they're heading that way, then maybe
Sorry, a bit loud here.
life a little bit easier. Okay, do you need to unpause the game for me to shoot?
Probably. Probably. Good call, young man. Good call. I always forget that.
You don't have a bow, do you?
No. I'm just gonna watch and applaud.
Your whip isn't that long.
No,
Well,
no, it's not. No.
If I've only got 2 rounds, therefore I've got to land these blows. Well, okay, right. So my first one, I think I'll use some momentum because the more successes, I can get an extra arrow, can't I?
You literally did all the shooting.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, there we go.
What a good roll right off the bat.
So
Yeah.
like a good start. So let me roll the damage first.
Let me actually... 6 damage.
I get to reroll 2, which is perfect. So there's the first arrow,
Yeah, I'm just having
and
a
I
look at
will
this now.
use 2 of the momentum I generated
To do what?
to get a second shot. Yeah, with a +1 difficulty. Yeah.
Hello, Mohammed, in the chat. Good to see you
You
again.
can also just do the thing where you apply the damage to a second target.
Yes, you can do that.
Oh,
Because
even
if,
with bow fire.
so let me.
Certainly, I think if you use your volley, you might be able to.
Yeah.
Which means spending one load of arrows.
Spends.
Normally the volley just gives you +1.
Oh, that's the wrong game.
Yeah.
We're not in Star Trek, are we?
They're a secondary target.
That's it.
for
Looks like
2
you should be
momentum.
bringing a Dune.
Yeah, for 2 momentum, I can shoot a second shot with a +1 difficulty. Yeah.
Do it. Come on. Be heroic.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. So my second shot then, +1 difficulty. So difficulty 2. I've got loads of momentum, so throw a few dice at it.
Very
There
good.
we go.
4 successes on that one as well. So the first one is pretty much down anyway, because I only have one.
Give him some damage.
That's a lot less.
I'll get to reroll 2 of them.
Fix it. Come on. Oh, that's better. So it's 6 physical damage. Now they have vigor of 5 and armor of 2.
Oh.
So he's hanging on by a thread. You hit
Just
him.
spend 1 momentum for an extra damage.
Yeah, I'll
Martin.
do that with the.
Yeah.
I'll spend 1. Well, I'll spend 1 momentum to do 1 extra damage,
Yeah,
or
you
2
do that.
momentum to do 2 damage if necessary.
Yeah.
And I generated a load of momentum anyway. So I'll the 2 momentum I generated. Yeah, I'll spend both of them on extra damage.
Okay, you do that. So swift as a desert falcon, your arrows basically fly towards these 2 people. You go almost Legolas-like. And you plant those arrows in those, and they both collapse off their horses, whilst their horses run off into the middle distance. Well done.
Spare horses.
So, the others, you have been hearing some shouting and some fighting noise. Are you going towards it? Are you waiting until they come back to you? What do you want to do? Well, the other at this point. Because JR is not with us today.
No. As soon as we hear the fighting noises, we would rush towards it.
Because you're heroes.
Yeah. But that begs the question if we wouldn't have heard the fighting of the other group to begin with. So
Yeah, that wasn't so noisy. That was more of a stalemate. Don't ask these questions.
how dare I?
You don't point out the wobbly scenery and stuff. Now what do? You play with it, you roll with it. So,
Yeah, no, we are rushing towards the combat, only to see all the Stygians dead already.
so you see a total of, I think it was 4 Stygians in the dirt. Some of them are still a little bit alive, but not very much. So you,
Oh,
and you see 2 of these desert warriors looking at you cautiously, warily, but they have lowered the weapons. And another 2 of those on the ground. One of them with an arrow and basically sounding or looking like he's still alive, but barely.
I scream out to the 2 in black. Who are you? Lower your headgear.
Your headgear.
No, your headgear.
Reveal yourself.
Well, yeah.
Careful what you ask for.
I lost my vocabulary.
Hang on, I lost the picture. So let me just show the picture again. Basically, they open their face veil. And you just see hardened desert warriors underneath, or people. They basically look Stygian to you vaguely as well, but you have been told by your guide that there are various people living here in Stygia. They're not all like the theocracy. They're not all the high priests, etc., and soldiers. So these seem to be slightly different Stygians. What language are you talking to them? Damn the languages in Conan.
Oh, darn language. I'm going to speak Turian?
Oh,
Turian. Yeah, okay. After a little bit of this doesn't really work, Durzo can speak to them because he's arriving.
Oh, Durzo, look.
Yeah.
Come speak to these people, please.
And JR can.
He can also. He's also arriving. Yeah.
Yeah, but so, what precisely do we want to know from these guys, man? Who they are and why they are fighting the Stygians?
Why they've been hunted down? Yeah.
Right. So that's what you want to know. They first of all say, thank you for your help. The Stygians, they almost caught us, almost. But they caught my comrade. We must look after him first.
They have lowered their weapon, you said?
Yeah. They sheathed their weapon, actually, now that you've spoken to them in Stygia.
In this case, I walk over to the fallen guy. Mm-hmm. Is he wounded, poisoned?
He has got an arrow in his shoulder, and it's bleeding quite a bit.
Then I guess I use my healing skills to patch him up as best as I can.
Okay, let's have a roll for it. Let's see how many you can do.
Healing. Let's go for it. Just standard difficulty?
Healing, it's quite daunting, this one, because they are actually quite injured.
Daunting.
3.
Use some momentum as well.
Yeah,
difficult.
Use momentum for that one.
What have we got?
Ooh.
Success is 2. Can you reroll one?
But
you can reroll one, can't you?
I can. Yeah, it was.
And you are allowed to reroll 20s in this game.
Yeah, it's surprising that.
Yeah, it is surprising.
1d20. Okay, so.
Oh, you choose that one.
Yeah, but still.
It's still 2 successes.
Yeah.
You needed 3, though, daunting.
You need 3. So what are we going to make of this? We are going to make of it that you are patching him up, but you don't think he'll survive being transported on horseback.
That's lucky for us because we have camels.
Yeah. You know what I mean. You would have to travel slowly, like in a cart or something like that, or be dragged behind or something. But he couldn't ride. He couldn't have all this jolting going on.
What's the posture of the 2 other
Careful. They now introduce themselves. They are actually, one of them is a girl. Let's say that it was International Women's Day, so we need to make sure we represent more, right?
Absolutely.
Seeing as we are just guys here as well, so they're called Ankef and Henuka. And the guy on the floor, who's still alive, not the dead one, is called Samut.
The one on the floor is definitely dead. He's not holding on to the. He's just holding on, isn't he? Is the one on the floor dead, or is he?
There's one
holding on.
One that was actually properly dead, if you like.
Okay.
And yeah, they introduce themselves and they say, "Well, we are men of the Black Vulture. Harkuf is our leader. We have been We're basically acquisition experts. We are desert people.
Why are these guards? Why were these guards attacking you?
We have been, how to say it, a nuisance to them because we typically take occasional exception at caravans going through our lands, and we acquire some of their goods for ourselves. And there have been a lot of Stygian soldiers recently in this area. I'm not quite sure why, but I think they are trying to exterminate us, get rid of us once for all, bothersome rebels and all that.
So are you the native people of these plains?
Yeah, we live here. We were born here. We are native people.
And the Stygian soldiers?
These ones. They are not from here. They come from further up north. We wouldn't serve in the Stygian army, I can tell you that much.
I'm gonna grab
Actually, the main
Mortaz, if I can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab Mortaz and leave this to Creus and Durzo, and I'm gonna go over to one of the soldiers who's dying or not well, and see if I can get information out of them.
Are you using your special tricks again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
well,
gonna
you see
use
a couple of them who basically you reckon beyond saving, but they are still alive. And maybe there's one you could patch up if you really tried.
I'm going to wait until somebody comes over to do that. I'm going to say, why were you attacking these people?
So through
And Durza and Mortaz
Yeah,
is translating.
Yeah, that's fine. First of all, he just curses at you. I don't want to do this in a family-friendly stream, but he just curses you and lots of bad things he says about you. And how Set himself will revenge them because they are in the service of Set and the theocracy. That's number one. You would ask again?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my blade, and I'm going to use natural. I'm going to use intimidate.
Intimidate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm going to choose my words, and I'm going to generate an automatic success. Yes.
Just one though.
What's...
Not one of those automatic ones or something, right?
No. And so I'm using my persuade. What's the difficulty?
It's going to be in a post roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a lot of dice. Let's put it that way.
Okay. So
Very nice.
What a roll.
Let me roll against it.
Oh.
No, sorry.
Oh.
Ignore
Oh,
it.
that's a lot.
Let's ignore it. Because I had him down as a mob member, so it was just the first
okay.
two.
Well,
He's got
nice
an 8.
then.
He's got an 8 into 3, so he's got 2 successes. Not 4. Because any test gets rolled for the whole squad, and he was part of a squad of 3. So, you intimidate him a bit. He tries to put up a bit of a fight, but then you basically get your finger and push his wound a little bit, and he starts screaming. But you are merciless, we know this. So therefore, or was merciless?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. And basically he starts, we were on patrol. These bandits, we were told to get rid of them.
Why?
Because they steal stuff.
They said that there are a lot of patrols. There must be something else going on. What is it? Who are you trying to protect? Is somebody going to be traveling these roads?
Always people traveling these roads.
Somebody important.
There's an expedition going out.
To what end?
Well,
And from
I
where?
don't know, but it's going from Karnat to the Valley of Set. We need to there are supply lines, and we have to protect them.
By whose orders?
My commander's orders. Udumu's
Wow.
orders. Udumu's orders. I'm going to change the names a bit. Udumu is somebody else, but we haven't used that name.
Okay. Do you know who is in charge of this caravan moving along? Have you heard names?
Well, the caravan is run by Udumu, as I said. The commander of the guard of the caravan. He's not quite as conversational as I am being right now. There's lots of moaning and groaning and
Moaning and groaning
cussing
and-
all that.
Yeah.
And gasping and asking for water and all that.
I'll give him some water.
Oh,
I will give him some water.
nice Shira.
And but I still have, I'm still being cruel to get the information out.
Right. Now, you rolled quite well, didn't you, for successes?
Yeah.
If you...
I'm trying basically what I'm trying to ascertain is there a caravan that has either gold or funds or important people in that they're protecting this travel route?
Okay, let me slip something into here. So, if you give me an extra momentum, because you can do momentum spend to get extra information.
Yeah.
Yeah? You have
Yeah.
generated 2, so if you... actually, 2?
Yeah,
Three.
2. You did,
Whatever
2.
difficulty 2s you need to beat it. So actually
I got
generated
4
1.
plus I get another plus because I was using intimidate. I
Bonus,
get
so it's
another
2.
success.
Yeah, that's 2. Because you need to beat him. And you had 2, and you had...
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
yeah.
But if you spend one of those, I'm going to
I did.
tell you another name. Well, the bigwig who this is all being done for is called Serathos. I hope I got the name right.
Not a name we've come across, is it? So,
Not
Yeah, it
something
is.
we've come across.
is it?
Sarathos,
I think that's right.
Yeah, we haven't come across that one before, have we?
not Sothas.
Not Xhosath. No, Xhosath is the
Xhosath.
undead sorcerer, so
Yeah.
not many people would know about him.
I'm just looking back at my notes.
And
And when will this expedition leave
launch
Coronas?
of some sort.
Oh, the first one has left a week or 2 ago. The rest is just supply now. To supply them out there in the desert is difficult. It's a group of laborers and slaves and guards. They have gone to the Valley of Set.
So there was one expedition with the main baddies, and then there's a second one coming.
Basically, yeah, there was one larger one, like imagine a group of workers essentially, and now they're running lots of supply missions after them to keep them fed and watered in the desert. And it's those supplies that they are saying they were protecting.
So, what were they doing in the Valley of Set?
I don't know.
For such an important person to go there and to have all these supply trains, must be something important
Well,
going on.
he ordered it, I was told. I'm not sure whether he's there. I don't know that.
And who is he in the first place?
Somebody up in the hierarchy of Set. I don't know.
So I'm going to turn to Mortaz, and I'm going to say, what does the name Serathos derive from? What does it mean?
Oh dear, etymology. Etymology. Let's have a look what he would say about that one. I need to roll first.
Because usually that in ancient times, in Conan times, this would be a moniker of who he is, or they are.
Yeah,
for that matter.
could be. Of course, there's nothing in the rules in the scenario that tells you what the name means. So,
Oh, well, I'm just hoping for
but
a
let's
hint.
have a look.
that's
Let's
all.
have a look. Otherwise, I'll have to make it up. Oh gosh, he's good at law. This guy.
The shells in it.
One success,
Oh,
but only one.
Still
So
one
he says,
success.
I don't actually 100% know, but I think it means something like the Mighty One. in ancient Stygian,
Thank you.
which of course Durzo might be able to confirm.
Yeah, which I will do if it is the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that you reckon that must be about right, yeah.
Do you want to be left alone, or do you want a merciful killing?
What a question. Leave me some water. I hope that my troops will find me.
Yeah, we can't let that happen now, can we?
Yeah.
So I give him another drink of water, of my water.
Yeah.
I give him a drink,
Yeah.
and I say, "You have been helpful." And I give a Turian blessing, and scoot over and grab Mortaz and drag him over and say, "Okay, now we've got to ask this guy the question." And so I go over to the guy who's on the ground who's dying, or to the other two and say, "Have you heard about this person and a caravan that is coming by that's of great importance? Are you aware of this?"
So you now want to interrogate the next ones?
Yeah, sure.
You're just trying to make it difficult for me.
I just want to know what we're up against, and if these guys are just basic bandits and we're just dealing with kind of internal matters, or is there a bigger issue that we're missing?
So, sorry, who are you going over to?
Us?
To the black?
Oh, the guys in black. Yeah.
Oh.
The guys in the girl and the guy in black, and the person on the ground.
Just real quick, as soon as the two of them are done interrogating, I would just, clean up the surviving Stygians.
Yeah.
Leave no trace and all.
Clean up. That's something they would also have done, but they were still busy rescuing their own.
Yeah.
So you're now persuading the black-clad guys, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Ankef and what was her name? I forget.
Ankef and Hanukkah.
Hanukkah and Samut.
Samut is the injured one, yeah. Well, we have heard that there are new caravans going. There's like lots of supplies going out, of course, but the name doesn't mean anything. You may have to ask our boss. He might know him. Why don't you come with us? You've been very helpful. And maybe you can help us transport Samut.
I need to confer with my colleagues.
The blessings of the desert be with you. But it would be good if you came with us.
Can we ask Braku what his thoughts are on these people?
Now, Braku knows that there are desert tribes, and he has heard of this guy called the Black Vulture, who's basically like a bandit king in this area. Yeah? And that he's been a real thorn in the side, but he has recently not been as active. After there was a real spate of activity where the Stygians would get really riled up, he thought that he had withdrawn a little bit and had become safer to come here.
Has there been an increase in the Black Vulture's men's activities? So if he's gone quiet, has his people started being more active?
No, I hadn't heard anything. Actually, I thought that he was trying to lie low for a little while. But maybe when there's new caravans, new supplies coming out, then they came back out to try and get their share of it.
Yeah, maybe they see an opportunity there because obviously someone with wealth travelling through the desert.
In the desert, everything is wealth.
The main group?
How far is the
main group or their tribe?
A few hours away in our hideout.
That should be doable, especially if the main expedition has a head start of like 1 or 2 weeks. So, guess a couple more hours.
Oh, the main expedition, if they went to the valley or said, they will be there.
Yeah. No, because they said they left like 1 or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, like 10 days.
So they're long there.
So where are we going?
So we go to the Valley of the Set.
Valley of Set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's our destination, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, their camp is a lot closer, but it's in the right direction.
What are we going to gain from their camp? That's the question. We could speak
Yeah,
to
that's
the
what I'm
Black
thinking.
Vulture. I suppose we could get assistance whilst we travel if we feel we need assistance, which I'm not sure we do.
I mean, there's also a chance that, a different group or squad of this tribe has attacked the main expedition. So we can get information on who's in the group, how is their army composition, what are they doing there, stuff like that.
And even more information on the valley. We may be able to get the layout of the valley,
Yeah.
what could be going on there. Because they're
Because
probably
I
watching
just
the valley,
assume
aren't
this
they?
expedition is there to do precisely what we are going there for.
Yeah, I don't think that it's a bad idea to find out more before we actually get there.
Yeah.
But also it might be beneficial to have some people of the desert who know the ins and outs, maybe a bit more than just regular common soldiers.
Yeah.
So they may be able to get us into where we need to go without going through that caravan.
But the thing is, can we really trust them as well? Because after all, we're carrying a lot of wealth with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we could be a
That's
target
true.
as well.
No, didn't we leave the wealth with the captain?
You did leave quite a bit, but I think you're still quite wealthy for this area.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, you can't drink gold, so...
Braku says, if you involve him in this,
absolutely.
You have helped save one of their lives. They will be quite grateful. And if they offer you their hospitality in the desert, that means a lot. I would not anticipate them to betray you.
No.
Okay, so do we all agree that we should go?
I'm in for it, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Nothing to lose.
Okay.
Very well then. Let us be on the way.
But before we go, can we salvage the uniforms of the Stygian warriors?
Yeah, you can.
Just in case you want to, pass us.
There's not a lot of uniform because I don't want to wear a lot of clothes, but they've got some tunics and they've got helmets and armor pieces that you can salvage.
Like the standard issue
Yeah.
thing, yeah. Okay.
And Krios also is an expert at disguise, so he's taking a look at everybody, right? And making sure that we're going to pass.
That's a good idea. Yeah. And we got some spare horses, I assume, as well.
Yes, they have rounded them up already. They say we have to take them back to our people.
Yeah.
And basically they wrap up everything, even like the dead Stygians. Are they all dead now?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. They wrap them up as well, bundle them up, put them on their own horses and drag them behind, basically. Does anybody want to try and build a little, what do you call those things?
Memorial?
Like a stretcher, essentially,
Oh.
to drag this guy behind you so he doesn't get jolted as much.
Not sure this would be less jolting than just riding, but I mean,
If
we
we-
can try.
Because you can
Are there
lead them.
trees or, Strauchwerk around?
Some shrubbery.
Can I
a couple of
craft something?
spears and things.
So,
Otherwise, I let
who's
them roll
good at
for it.
crafting.
Yeah,
Maybe I can craft something because I've got quite good woodworking
see what you can
skills.
craft.
I am a tradesman after all.
I would say with the
Do it.
materials you've got, 2 successes are necessary.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Krios.
I'm not sure I'm actually skilled to hang on, so craft. Ooh. Okay, well, here we go. We've got a bit of money. Let me use one moment. Yeah, I need 2 successes, yeah?
Yeah, 2 successes. Oh, your head is
Okay,
leaking.
okay, come on.
Well done.
Yes.
There we go.
So you craft something that you think will be a bit easier for him to travel on. And it won't be very fast that you're going with that thing. But you remain mobile. So if anybody's attacking you can sort of maneuver. It's just that one mount that drags him. That's not very mobile.
And I'm definitely giving him water. Like I'm making sure that he's comforted.
They're all very grateful for this. You can tell in there how they address you and so on. They're being very polite to you. So the desert nomads lead you across the desert towards a mountain range or rocky outcropping. And you actually enter really narrow, winding sort of chasms eventually. Yeah, imagine if you've seen Dune, that sort of thing. Yeah? Those gullies, basically, that they're putting you into. And as you approach one of them, one of the last twists, you see actually some archers. But they're being signaled to that you are okay, that you are not a danger. And eventually you come around the corner, and there's a camp with tents and a few open caves around the edges. Camels and horses are tethered there. This is where the group seems to be camping. There's probably 40, 50 people in total. Most of them seem to be warriors, but there's a few kids. There are definitely families there too. And you're slightly surprised. It's not just Stygians. There's also desert Shemites and some Kushites, some Dafari, some Kishani. So it's quite a mixed crowd. And they see, as you approach now, and they see the dead guy and Samut, there's a great wailing that goes out from everybody. Yeah, an ululation, I think is the right word. That goes around and around and echoes, and there's a lot of grief. But after that outpouring, basically, you are being escorted towards a big tent in the middle, and you meet Harkuf. He looks like, let me see whether I can show you this. Harkuf, the desert.
But why is an outcry? Did Samut die on the way?
No, but
one of them was dead already, wasn't it? When we got there?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that was the key.
All right.
So, looks slightly pixelated on here, but that's Harkuf.
Yeah. And they're probably wailing because there's such a small, intimate community that any death would affect them deeply.
Indeed.
And I said they know each other pretty intimately, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
So therefore, they're all like family.
Mm.
Did I make? Yes, I made it.
And especially with the children and the families around.
Yeah, indeed. So I made a little scene for you in the background. Can you see it?
Nice. Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, don't look too closely. There are some slightly odd things going on, but I didn't have enough time to fix everything. Or you can actually use that as an incentive to look for these odd things. But here's our little scene.
I just think that every camel should have horns.
Yeah, I think so too. And the guy.
I'm being inspired. I'm thinking role-playing things. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that too.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Whatever that is, you have to explain. Come on, come up with a story reason why he's got that thing on his back.
Wait, he's the priest. Look, he's wearing a stole.
Yeah, he must be. He must be the priest. But this camel with horns is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big horn on this one, in that one there.
There's
And that's part of the tent.
Oh, that's
There's another one there.
It looks like it's a bone.
You know,
Yeah, I
if
see
people are
those.
playing something like Powered by the Apocalypse right now, all of
Apocalypse,
them
yeah.
story fodder. Yeah. So
Yeah.
feel free. So yeah, you brought forward.
There's a ladder. I love it. Okay, sorry.
As I said, come on, I only had 1 hour to prepare today. So
At
be
least
nice-
you prepared this part.
Be nice to me. And Harkuf.
Yeah.
He welcomes you in and into this tent. Everybody's just sitting on the ground. You know what these look like, maybe. But there's no real furniture as such. Yeah. These are definitely nomads. These are not people who are settling. These are people who move around a lot. They might have a little stool somewhere, a little table with a plate on it, but that's about it. And as you come in, they have a quick conversation in a dialect. You can just about make out that, what was his name? Ankef is recounting the story of how you met and what you have been doing, and that you were slaying the Stygians to help them. And then he turns to you and looks from one to the other, and then settles on Durzo to address. And says, "You are no friend to the army of the Stygians.
Me? No.
Then you're like the rest of us, and you have helped my people. So I offer you the sanctuary of the camp. Although," he looks around a little bit worried looking, "we must find a new place. I've just been told that the Stygians are coming too close to us, and they might be able to pick up our trail. We are also Stygians, but we are exiles, enemies of the cult of Set. We are no snake worshippers. My name is Harkuf. So where are you going that you're crossing this dangerous desert?"
That's the question. Are we disclosing this?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I guess there's no real way around it. Just in very short terms, I would say that we are also on our way to the Valley of Sat. And using this, ask me about the expedition. that should be known to them if they are, working this specific route?
Well, I've heard and I've seen that there seems to be a bigger group that moved out there. It's a bit unusual. I mean,
How
the
big are we talking?
kings, of course, they build their own tombs there. There's the current king has not built his yet, but there was not a large enough party to build anything big. There were no artisans in it. There were laborers. I'm not quite sure why, but why is it that everybody seems to be interested in this? Can you shed light on that?
Have you been to this place before?
Well, I know where it is and we've been there, but it's not somewhere that I'm really familiar with.
Ask him if he knows a Sarathos.
Sarathos. He thinks a little bit. Yeah, he's some sort of big incarnate near the border to Kush. I believe he's a courtier, but he doesn't really like to go to Kemi. That's the main city, the capital. So he hangs out in the province and Karnat in the old city. I think he's a sorcerer.
What makes you think that?
Well, rumors is that he's a member of the Black Ring.
What is the Black Ring?
The Black Ring. You ask him, I guess, not me. Yeah. You asking the guy, not the GM.
Yeah.
It's a cabal. It's a group of sorcerers who are trying to further their knowledge, and they are not very, let's say, tender or delicate in their methods. Whoever gets caught by their patrols, for example, might very well end up as a human sacrifice to their foul magic.
How many are this cabal? Is there? Could there be more than just Serathos? Do they normally?
It will be more than one person. I've heard different
I
numbers.
think there are 5, if I remember correctly.
Oh, there you go. Yes, Stygian speaks.
Yeah.
He nods. I've heard numbers from 3 to 5 to 7, even 9.
And what would be in this Valley of Set that would interest Sorcerer?
It is a burial ground of old. Who knows what the kings were buried with? There might be artifacts, there might be knowledge.
But do I understand you correctly that you and your group are very much interested in pilfering treasures and money from the Stygians?
Whenever we can, we grab it. The desert is our home, but supplies are not plentiful here. So we have to find ways of making do and feeding our families.
So now we have an expedition of Stygians going into an area with known tombs, not enough workers to build a new one, but certainly enough to dig out existing ones.
We are more interested in supplies than in ancient treasures that might be there or might not be there. So
Where do
we
you
harass
get your
the caravan.
Can
the
buy a
supply.
lot of supplies with old treasures.
And where do you buy your supplies?
Well, we live off the land if we can, but it's always easier to take it off the Stygians.
So you're not interested in money. You're interested in what? In food and
Money
water.
can be useful, but what do I want with some old, don't know, Stygian headdress or something?
Okay, but money, where do you shop? Where do you get, like, who goes, like, do you go to the closest community?
He's on fire today.
We are nomads. We go around, and whenever we came across other caravans that might be friendly, or settlements or ACs that might be friendly, we will trade with them. Absolutely. That's why we sometimes are very grateful for the Stygians to bring weapons and armor to us, and so we can sell them on.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. So where will you go now? You need to move quickly. Where will you go?
Well, we have.
And do you need us to come with
camps.
you to help you in case you come into any trouble on the way?
What you're saying about these, caravans going to the Valley of Set, it sounds like a worthwhile target, don't you think?
Very much does.
There's a
Very
camp
much.
in the direction of the Valley of Set. We might go there. We have to go somewhere anyway, so maybe we should move there. It should be safe, but then you can accompany us.
I look at the four others as part of our party, and I say, "Yeah, is this something that we're going to do?"
I mean, as long as our way is the same, I don't see a reason not to share it.
Yeah.
My only
Such a
concern
efficient-
is that when we go, we tend to try to use a bit of stealth, don't we?
I mean,
So,
the way I understand it, the first expedition of Stygians is already there.
yeah.
And the next one has not left yet. So we are in a window where there's just no one around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I didn't explain that well enough. So the big one has arrived.
And then
And
lots
now
of
there are lots of
caravans.
smaller expeditions, if you like, or convoys or caravans going back and forth to supply them. Yeah, to deliver whatever they need. So there's probably one every third day or so that now goes there.
But those are easy pickings, as we have seen.
They are guarded. Yeah, and these people killed some of the raiders, at least one of them. So they're not that easy pickings. They are pickings, but they're not very easy pickings.
I still think we should just, go with the
Go
group.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether we start off with them, but when we start approaching, maybe we skirt off and
Oh,
we
yeah,
approach,
certainly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
because they'll draw attention.
Yeah. While we're on our way, I'm going to give this guy whose name escapes me,
Hakuf?
the leader. Yeah,
Hakuf.
I'm going to give the leader. I'm going to kind of put in his hand a gold piece, and I'm going to say, "This is to help later on with your journey. Thank you." And I will try to ascertain on the trip. Oh, damn. I'm not on fire anymore.
Why not?
I gonna
What have you
ask?
done?
Well, I forgot what I was going to ask. Go on. I'll end up asking it in the middle. I was just trying to make it go faster.
Right. I just realized the music is out. So I'm going to stick it back on for the stream, not for you. I must have switched the repeat off. So, is there anything else you want out of this direct conversation? So you've given him some money. That's great. He is very, very appreciative. And says, but you are guests. Please remember that you're my guests. And then the shout goes out, unless you want to do something else, to break camp. And you're amazed how quickly these guys can actually pack up all their belongings and how these tents just disappear and they're loaded back on camels and horses and people pile on them. They stash a few things here and there in the side cave so they don't take quite everything with them. And what was his name? The injured guy? Satem?
Samut.
Samut is left behind with a couple of other people to say, you can't travel yet. But the rest of the tribe has to move.
That's harsh, but okay.
The desert is harsh. We need to be harsh. He will be alright. We leave a couple of people with him. And he'll rejoin us. Hopefully.
Okay. Well, take up a suitable position within the group to assist in case there's any trouble.
Mm-hmm. I assume that you're sticking together, yeah, you lot, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So, quick reminder. Who's got the amulet? Shira, right? Yeah, Shira. Good. And you
Does
remember
she
the
still have it?
dreams? You had these
Yeah,
strange
yeah.
dreams. Remember those?
And she checked whether she's
Yeah,
still
I
got it.
remember the dreams.
Very occasionally, you're getting a sort of déjà vu. As you're riding out of this canyon into the wider desert again, you just have this déjà vu, like you've.
So
dreamt
it's a
it before.
feeling. So the feeling. It's not entering into the dream world. It is a feeling of, I've been here before, and does this feel as if it's something auspicious, something positive, something that we are on the way that we are supposed to be on.
Yes.
Okay, so I convey
That's a
that
good way
to our
of
group.
conveying that. You're on the way that you feel you're supposed to be on. That's exactly it.
So that's what I tell them. I'm on
Good.
fire again.
And-
Can't remember what I was going to ask before, but
Right.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're riding with these guys, and Hakuf. No, I think we can do that. He looks at you a little bit and say, "So you have never heard of Seraphos, but you have heard." And he looks at Durzel for this of the Black Circle. What have you heard of the Black Circle? Black Ring. Sorry, Black Ring. Can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Now again? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That with the Black Circle, that was me talking, not Durzel.
That's fine. What do you know of the Black Ring?
Oh, essentially, like this group of Stygian Sorcerers with Tothamon being the head of them. And they're just, evildoers if Howard needed some evildoers.
And as you say that to him, let's just assume your character knows what you know.
All right.
Toth Amon, yes, Toth Amon. He's said to have a Seraphos, said to have a rivalry with Toth Amon. Actually, they've got into a fight. Seraphos was apparently hideously disfigured, either by a demonic pact he made, some people say that, or by the magic that was wrought upon him by Toth Amon. But he's rarely seen in public.
What can we take from that, though?
Bit of background. Come on, enjoy the story.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's an opportunity there, if there's something we can actually leverage.
I mean, the message is don't dabble in sorcery. It will just mess you up.
Just
in
going to
this
mess you
world.
up.
He supposedly he has an army of winged demons at his disposal that he can dispatch.
Yeah,
Oh.
Night
We have
demons.
encountered winged demons.
exactly. We encountered one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And,
did.
and obviously we lost Turia.
Tura.
Yeah, she got taken away.
She did.
Okay, so I've come back to my senses, and I remember that it's Hekret. I wanted to ask about Hekret, and if he had ever heard of this princess.
Princess Hekret, you mean the princess
The
of the
snake lady.
snake court?
Snake vampiress. Slash.
Hekret?
All the tropes.
Yeah.
No, I have not heard of this Mistress of Darkness. That's new to him. But, of course, who can know what darkness hides in the heart of sorcerers?
Did anyone see the first caravan in detail and
Some of my
spy the
scouts
individual?
did, yes.
Can you describe who was there?
Well, I was told that there were a number of mercenaries, not a big number, about a dozen. And there were slaves, and there were some craftsmen, and a couple of others. Maybe scholars, I don't know.
Did you say a couple of dozen of guards or a dozen of
A
guards?
dozen of guards.
A dozen.
12, yeah.
So
Doable.
it doesn't sound like they're building a temple. It sounds
No.
like they're trying to excavate
Excavate.
Yeah.
into
that's what I was
a
thinking.
temple.
Exactly. They're trying to find something, aren't they?
Yeah.
There has been some foundational work for King... Oh gosh, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Who wants to give a go at pronouncing some Stygian for me?
Oh, wow.
King
Setfon.
Stefan.
Setfon. Setfon. Setfon.
It's almost
Probably a
Stefan.
silent C, isn't it?
King Stephen.
Sethfon.
Stefan. Yeah, for me it's a Stefan. So there you go.
Yeah, it's a Stefan. He's Stefan now.
King Stephen.
Let's call him King Stephen.
I don't think that... Yeah, I don't... That didn't look like they were really trying to progress his pyramid. But what else could they be after? I don't know. Maybe some...
Treasures.
Maybe
Some-
they are
some
trying to
magical
pick up some
artifacts.
artifacts.
Yeah, maybe. It might very well be that. But wouldn't that be grave robbery?
And two has been brought here, hasn't she?
The way I understand it, that the priest of Set give very little when it comes to the Stygian royalty.
As you ride on, a messenger rides, or another outrider comes back and says, "Oh, the Stygian house! They are a couple of hours north of us. We need to take the southerly route. We need to avoid them."
Okay.
And again, you're amazed how quickly this caravan of a good 50 plus some beasts of burden, so about 70 animals maybe, maneuvers and actually sort of disappears behind the next dunes, and they seem to be very good at covering the tracks as well.
So this would it would be similar to the way that I kind of grew up, with my parents, one being Kittian and traders who what are they called in Mongolia? The circular tents. Yurts. Yeah.
Yurts?
Yeah, yurts. Yeah. And so it's like that, right? That they have a lot of
That's exactly that. You really feel yourself cast back to childhood memories with that.
Okay. And you did say that there were some Kittians or Turians around.
Not Kittians, but not Turians either. I did say some Shemites, some Kushites, and something else, but I can't remember what it was.
Okay. I wanted to ask Harkuf why he hasn't been as active. That we have heard that he was once quite active.
You get a loud belly laugh out of that. Well, we have been bothering them a little bit too much, so they started sending out patrols after us, and we thought we'd just lie low a bit. We had lots of stuff stashed away, lots of supplies.
That makes sense.
But yeah, it's surprising because we have really not been bothering with them for a month or so, and now they're sending out all these soldiers. Very strange. But who knows? We will travel probably 2 or 3 days, and then we'll come to this oasis I was talking to you about.
Just what I was just thinking about, Frank. If the main expedition left 1 or 2 weeks ago, that would put the departure like way before we arrived on the island.
No. How long have we been traveling since the town or since the city that we are the port?
Been probably about 6 days. I think it was roughly about 6
No,
days.
it was like 6 days that we are like traveling now on the mainland again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were at sea
I
for
don't think
at
we
least a
spent
week.
an entire week on the island.
But you
was
were
like
at
more like-
sea for about a week.
Oh,
Yes,
Something
that's
like
right.
that bit.
And then we were shopping for a
on the
day and a bit.
island, even afterwards, and so on.
So
the
it's been a
extra
week.
Yeah, something like that.
Easily shopped for a day, and then we shopped for another day.
Yeah, a couple of days. Then
Yeah,
on
a couple of
ship.
days of shopping.
Shopping,
So
and
a
then
couple of
packing up
weeks
the
in all,
shopping. And...
since we left the island, probably.
And also, you said that my scar had been healing because of the time.
Yes. So you have enough time, yeah. But roughly, you reckon message could have reached from something. It could be magical. So you had left the island by the time the expedition went
out.
Remember the audience with the judges in the underworld,
Yes.
and how the souls went different ways and so on. That could have triggered something, you reckon? If you're looking for causality here.
Mm-hmm. Mortaz does the causality.
He keeps track of everything, yeah.
Yeah,
He's your scholar and your record keeper.
he's going around learning languages as we speak.
So
I suppose if you think back, when Turia was taken, she was taken to the Valley of the Set.
Yeah,
So wasn't she?
Was she?
And that was
yeah, she was.
and that was a long time ago.
it was mentioned. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was mentioned that she was being taken.
So there was always something going on there. We just didn't quite know. We just thought that's where we may end up at the very end.
When she
It's kind of what happening now.
she told you that particular clue, if you like, when you met her in the Hall of Judgment.
That's right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that she had overheard somebody saying that they were going to the Valley of Set. And she hadn't arrived at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is no detailed timeline. This is not a Cthulhu or whatever. So, but roughly it will fit. Remember, this is sword and sorcery. It's not calendar and record keeping.
All right.
So it fits.
You like
because
to
it needs
understand the
fit.
logic in timelines, though, because it's quite important to
Yes,
us as
it is.
players.
I understand
is.
why
Yeah,
you're asking.
it is.
Yeah. Not
There's a
just
story in
cracking
there
a joke.
somewhere.
We're trying to make sense because
Yes, and that's
timelines
nice.
really matter in terms of when we arrive. We don't want to. We don't want to be. I don't know, squished in and flanked
Yes.
by this group.
I
right?
completely appreciate that. So you will be actually it's only 2 days. So a night's camp and some hours of riding in the morning. You'll be at their base, at their other base. So you will have one night in the desert.
Okay. It's fun. Enjoy the time with these people.
You are
Yep.
you are made welcome, really welcome there. Yeah, and they seem to be quite easygoing, and of course not everybody speaks their language, but they seem to be a bit nosy but curious about you as well. Because you are strange people. Yeah, you look strange, you talk strange, you behave strangely, yet you're honored. So there's definitely some curiosity about you. But let's have a little campfire scene. Maybe you're sitting together and you're discussing what was going on, what your
She
impressions
was
are
probably
of
there
these
looking
people.
at their eye.
I'm
Say
not
again?
looking at the damn eye. I've
You
got
need
it
to check
hidden.
you've got it on you.
I have not. No, I'm not touching that. I'm not bringing it out. I'm not showing it. No.
But you still have it.
Oh yeah. Until otherwise informed or knocked out, I have it.
Oh, you love this. You love this.
Just check every morning you've still got it. That's the important
Every
thing.
morning. Every morning I'm
Interestingly,
checking.
as Cryos asks you, it starts tingling a little bit on your skin.
I looked down and I swear at it in Kittian.
It doesn't swear
I
back.
don't
at you.
need this. I don't need this shit right now.
What's wrong? Is that thing? Is there some drawing? Is it annoying you?
Do you want to hold it?
No, I'm fine.
I'll tell
I
you.
don't want to be
this
blamed
is
for losing
this
it.
is a burden. It's a burden. It's itchy. It rubs on my chest. It's horrible.
You've got some red marks and streaks, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Scratches.
Yeah.
Have you considered just putting it in your pocket?
Things fall out of pockets and it's too big. It's too big. I say in the far future, there will be things that you can communicate with that hang out halfway out of your pocket and they fall out all the time.
Put it in the pouch. Yeah? That's what you're the pouch.
Yeah.
Now, no, it's hanging around my neck where I know that it's safe. Ish.
Ish. All right.
So what are we going to do as we are around the campfire? What are we going to do when we arrive at this camp? Are we going to just take off right away? Are we going to plan? Do we want to use these people to aid us?
I think
Do we
they're
want-
a good distraction, aren't they? They're a big group of people. Attention's going to be drawn towards them. We should skirt off and then sort of come in using
And
their
it's-
stealth.
So
I
are
guess
you
the smart thing to do would be to just let them dig out the grave we need to get into. And maybe we can, persuade this tribe to just, stage an attack, a distraction. Because if they said there are only 12 guards there, that should be doable.
These are not warriors as much as they're scavengers. These-
They're very much warriors if they attack Stygian caravans. Like they're not
Yeah, but
scavenging,
it's
they're
a-
attacking them.
There's a different mentality towards going out and raiding and going out and defending or distracting the Stygians for our sake. I think
but-
that's asking too much for a group of 50 people who have children and mothers and warriors but they're not warriors like soldiers. They're different. They hide, they sneak, they attack. They go in and they come out.
Yeah, so why not do this with the caravan we are targeting? I mean, this is still a caravan after all. It's not an army camp. They have a couple guards with them, but mostly just workers. And those are frightened by numbers.
We can take care of the 12 guards. You can
yeah.
take care of the 12 guards. But do you believe that most likely they've gotten into this cave by now and that the other group are going to be the intellectuals? And then I look over at Mortaz.
But also, to add, they're not just 12 guards. There's a powerful sorcerer there, and maybe winged demons that we've seen.
We don't know that one, if the sorcerer is there.
I thought he was traveling with a group.
There were some
what it was
people
alluded
who
to.
looked like scholars or similar, but you don't know what that was. The sorcerer.
I don't think it was confirmed that what was his name?
Seraphos.
Seraphos was with them.
Terathoth?
Yeah.
Hang on, somebody's printing it.
Because if I'm a mighty Stygian sorcerer, then I don't just camp 2 weeks in the desert waiting for them to dig a hole. I go there when the hole is stuck.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
That's my guess, but
Yeah.
Let them
No,
do all
I
the work,
agree.
And then I turn up.
Was we told if Seraphos was there or not?
Who are you asking?
What I'm thinking here is that I have a talent called Perfect Memory, which gives me a knack of recalling things.
You didn't hear mention that Seraphos was actually there. There were some people who were not military, and there were some sort of commanders, it was described as. But yeah, it was not mentioned that Seraphos himself was there.
Okay. So therefore, you're probably right there. So there's an advanced group there doing something, and then he will probably turn up afterwards.
Okay.
But if he is as powerful as people suggest he is, he may fly there on his winged beast. The same one
The
that
hope
do it.
I have, to boil it down to the most basic, is that we managed to get into said tomb, do what we have to do, which we have no idea what we are supposed to do, if I'm right.
Not yet, no.
I think we need
And,
to just
all
save
again-
Tyrion. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But my hope is that we can get in and out before the Stygian sorcerer shows up.
Yeah.
But essentially, what we need to do in any way is go there and scout out the camp before we do anything.
Yeah,
I think that would be the best course of action.
Does I remember the scene where Tura was taken, and we were in the guy's bedroom, right?
Yeah.
Dining hall.
No,
In
the
the
dining
dining
room.
parlor,
Yeah.
In the dining room, because we had taken him out of it. We had gone into his bedroom. He brought us into the dining room,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Got
they
poisoned by food
came.
we didn't eat.
And then there was an attack by guards, and something crashed through the ceiling.
Yeah.
But there was never an indication of where the winged beast had come from.
No.
Yeah, well, what was his name? Something? Baruch?
Oh,
Baruch
yeah.
was his name.
Yeah, Baruch.
Like he
in
did that
Ashalon.
thing with the lamp that was essentially a beacon for that beast,
You
wasn't
rubbed
it?
a lamp. You weren't quite sure what it was doing.
Yes, that's right.
He betrayed us, didn't he?
Yeah, he
of
did.
course he did. I
That
mean,
was the beast, if you remember.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if Krios's perfect memory recalls a detail that may be helpful at this point, given the information of the flying beasts and adding 2 and 2 together.
Well, it seems to match what you've heard about Zarathos, having an army of winged demons at his disposal. And it seems to fit together, like you were already saying, that if Tyra was abducted by it and now she's in the power of this strange Stygian guy who's going to the Valley of Set, that all sort of gels and connects.
So Baruch, what happened to Baruch?
I think he was left behind because basically, after meeting Baruch, what happened is that the pirates of the ship basically captured you, of the Calypso.
Yeah, exactly. So he was a scholar. I wonder if he's going to be part of this traveling group.
Could be.
I mean, to me, he didn't seem like the adventurous scholar.
Oh no, he was
It's very much a possibility. Yeah, sure. Why not?
But he was very curious. So maybe if the lure is big enough, he'll leave his homely status and come out and journey and travel.
Yeah, but if you remember, he was curious for sure, but not enough to travel to the next city to actually talk to the guy who had the artifact he wanted to.
Yeah.
So,
He liked his home comforts.
yeah.
Who was the? We're still around the campfire, right?
Yeah.
Who was the one? Because I don't have a good memory. Who was the one who commissioned the eye to be made?
Antaeus.
Yeah.
Antaeus.
He commissioned a fake one to be made.
Like,
Yes, a fake
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember if
bad.
there was a connection between him and Baruch.
There was.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Antaeus
they were friends,
wanted
weren't
to send Baruch the fake one to get it deciphered.
Baruch
Because,
was a
you know,
famous
the-
scholar and language scholar as well. And basically he said, I want to find out more about this, but I don't know whether I can trust this guy.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
let's find out. Yeah.
Okay, so that was our recap for the whole season so far.
That was episode number 18, I think.
17.
17, 18. Can't
Yeah.
remember.
yeah.
Something.
I was trying to work out what happened to Baruch, but he betrayed us and then
Yeah,
was
we don't know. He
captured
was.
by Galavars and taken onto the ship.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. He's a loose end in that sense.
We're
I
going to see him
I
again,
just
aren't we?
thought that there had to be a connection with the flying beast,
Yeah.
his place, and this new character or this new wizard or whatever, Sorthos.
Serathos.
Yeah.
But why did he want Turia? That's what we don't know. Other than being the daughter of Antaeus.
Do you think she's a
So the
key?
plot can happen.
Maybe she's a key to the dream world?
She has a connection to the artifact like you do.
Yeah.
And she gets drawn in whenever you get drawn in. That's why you keep
yeah.
bumping into her.
Yeah.
So maybe she's a spy and she tells them everything you do in the dream world.
I've been saying that since friggin' day one.
Okay, I might actually just in the dramatic interest skip one night in the desert and instead say you have one night at the oasis. Do you mind?
Sure.
Yeah.
I show you the oasis and then you can tell me whether you mind.
Oh, that's
Very nice.
I don't see any horns.
No,
The moon has horns.
the moon has quite looks like
No.
there's Santa sleigh on
Yeah,
top or
they-
something, isn't it?
And there's a lion jumping over the moon.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
I like that
There's
picture.
a song to be had here.
That's a beautiful, it's actually quite a lovely picture.
Yeah.
That was 12 iterations, I think. Before I got something I was happy with. That didn't
Is
have
this
some...
just AI art?
Say again?
Is it AI art?
This is Midjourney, yeah. This is Midjourney.
Yeah.
It's got some peculiar things at points, but I like this one. So,
It's beautiful.
so you've got that. And we showed it on the stream. So, let's move this on slightly because I think we might get to a nice dramatic cut point within our time, within half an hour or so. So true to his word, at this oasis, and the wind has been coming up. This desert wind is called a simum. Have you heard of simums before? I hadn't until I read this, but they're actually a real thing. Simum. Sounds like something from John Carter of Mars.
It does.
It does. doesn't it?
That's very cool.
So, and basically, as soon as they get to this oasis, they're setting up their tents. They're trying to pin everything down, try to secure the animals and so on. It's a bit bit tricky, but that's all right. Yeah, they've done this before, so they reassure you. But your guide looks slightly worried.
What are you
Okay.
worried about?
So,
Well, Simooms are not to be joked with, and not to be taken lightly.
do we need to take cover?
Yes, absolutely. You need to make sure that you find a tent that is well strapped down. You need to secure your belongings. You need to make sure that your animals are calmed, and you may have to go and see whether you can find any shelter at all for them.
Isn't Harkuf kind of... Oh, Harkuf isn't with us.
Harkuf is also there, of course. The whole
Oh.
gang is there. The whole
But
band is
he's not with us. He's with his people.
He's currently with his people. Yeah, he's not sitting around your
Okay.
campfire. But
Okay.
yeah, so your guy
So he's
comes
not-
over and says you need to,
Yeah.
secure.
So
your
it's not
things.
like we're getting any help from them. They're doing their own thing.
I'm sure if you ask them, they would. But you've got
We'll start
Akuba.
copying what they're doing because obviously
We'll
we've
just
come
copy,
across this
yeah.
before. Just so I
Abuka,
can get-
Abuka.
I mean,
Yeah.
can we just snag
Get the camels.
space in their bigger tents? Because I imagine we only have like rudimentary ones,
You can
and
ask.
sitting out the dust storm would be way more comfortable in like a big one. Yeah,
Is that
essentially.
okay? Hakuf actually wanders over at some point, looks at your stuff, and says, "Yes, of course you're welcome in my tent, if that's what you want."
Perfect.
That's okay.
Over there are remains of an old caravanserai as well. So if you want to put your animals there, there's some shelter in there. Not a lot, but there's some shelter in there.
Okay.
There's some exposed flagstones, some old pillars, and so on, some partial walls.
Okay.
Come into my
With
valley.
the- with camels
Sorry, in my tent. It's no trouble. I can sleep standing up if need be, he says, apparently. So you actually hunker down together. There's a modest meal being offered, but the wind keeps getting stronger and stronger. So the modest meal are things like dried figs, some seasoned goat from the meal earlier in the day. There's some hard cakes of barley, some things they dug up around this oasis somewhere, some tubers, like potato-style things. But nonetheless, they don't seem to be very worried. A couple of people look over their shoulder occasionally, but they don't seem to be overly worried. Your guide is a bit more worried. Maybe he hasn't been with these people before.
Keep a watch out for enemies out there who may be using the desert as cover. Just be wary of that.
Oh, we have a couple of watchers out there, but Stygians, the army at least, will not travel in this weather. They have no idea how to navigate. And it will be dark
There's...
very soon.
I'm going to ask Mortaz, have you ever read of a simoom being caused by a sorcerer or sorceress?
So, I need to roll for him again. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sure.
Moatas, where are you when you need me?
Let's just say
He
five
knows
successes,
things.
it's easy.
Oh, definitely he knows stuff. So let me just open the character sheet, and we're going to go for law, yeah? Don't think he has
Yeah.
sorcery. I think we asked that before.
No,
Oh, he's
it's
got
law.
some sorcery, but his law is better.
Hmm.
So do you want to spend a momentum on it?
What do you think?
I probably need to take one away because the scene has changed anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, just
I'll just roll. Oh, yeah, good. 2 successes. So what he
Easy.
tells you about this? Yeah, let me think. What can he tell you about this? He says, well, there are tales. There are tales of simooms which have been conjured by magic. Yes, now you mention it. Some sorcerers apparently can call the wind spirits to manifest like elementals and cause havoc wherever they want to.
Did any of these ancient tomes tell you if it was done by one sorcerer or by a number of sorcerers? By maybe a cabal?
Well, I'm sure Cabal could do it. But the story I read, it was one sorcerer. He wanted to catch a thief who had stolen his magic lamp, and he was trying to claim it back. So he conjured a storm which dragged the thief back to him.
Is this the season for samooms?
Yeah, you look at your guide, I guess. Says, well, it's a bit early for them, but yeah, they do happen.
Are there any indications in a samoom that would show that it's artificial or created?
That goes back
Are there
to
any telltale signs?
that goes back to Mortas.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been in one and didn't actually say this is typology of Simoons. It just mentioned that some of them might have been caused by sorcerers.
No, I appreciate that. It's just my curious mind.
Well, it's always good to be suspicious, isn't it?
Yeah, but Avraku, what has you worried about this? I mean, we are sheltered quite safely here, I guess.
Yeah, I just didn't think this early in the season they would be this strong. Because you can hear it's still growing. Can you hear the wind whistling outside? Can you hear the roar of the sand?
I mean, now I can that you pointed out. Are there voices in the wind?
Ooh, that sounds like some sort of perception roll.
I think the only voices are the ones that Shiva's hearing every night.
Yeah, that's right.
Observation.
Shira,
right.
you think it's almost like singing. There's singing in the wind. It's almost melodious.
Oh, that's not too bad, but also quite bad.
If you're not careful.
Can I do an observation?
One thing after the other. Give him some.
Okay, yes. Fair enough.
So you strain your ear a little bit, and to you it seems like whispering. There's whispering out there. Almost like somebody saying, "Where are they? Can we find them? Where are they?"
Oh, you just hear things.
Oh, you're just hearing things. It could be the complication speaking. You never know. So, Shira.
Oh.
Perfect.
Urzo and I are both.
For you, it is
That's
Use it as
complications.
an observation test, even though I am good at it.
Shira, you hear this gentle melody, this keening, a high instrument, almost like a whistle in the wind somewhere, and it's melodious for a while, and then all of a sudden it sounds like a snake hissing. And like a snake's scales moving over dry sand. That sort of rustling. And your amulet is scratching you again, itching you again.
I tell them both, do you hear that? Do you hear that snake? Do you hear that music?
Go on, Cries.
It's like jingling.
Oh, do I need to do an observation test?
If you want, go on.
Morta should.
Let's have
Listen.
Let's have some fun with this. Namortas is currently
It must just be the wind, surely.
landing in your language.
Yeah, it must just be the wind.
Oh, wow.
He just knocks it out of the park. That actually gives you a little bit of momentum as well. It gives you 3 momentum back. You hear something. You don't think it's whispering. You don't think it's music. But there's something which doesn't just sound like a storm. Like bits of shouted voice, maybe.
I think there's someone out there. As I said earlier, maybe someone's using it as cover to approach us. You need to be careful. There's something out there, definitely. Can you not hear it?
Yeah.
Shouting.
Should we go have a look?
Yeah. Okay, head out the tent flap.
I'm gonna put. I'm gonna do the same thing that the warriors did, who were wearing the black robes, and take scarves or whatever and put them around so that I only have the smallest amount on my eyes and cover my mouth and my nose. And I advise
correctly,
this.
we bought
Pardon
equipment
me?
for precisely this occasion.
Yes, we do.
You
Yeah.
did. In your big shopping spree, you bought all
Yeah,
that
we
stuff.
got sandstorm equipment.
And Brago looks at it and say, "Oh, you fitted it slip fashion. Have you done this before?"
I'm going to struggle to shoot my bow out there, though.
Oh yeah, this was it's really windy, and you can hear that the animals are really restless. And do you go towards the animals, or where do you want to go? Or do you just want to have a look at the sky?
With my check, can I discern the rough direction of where the voices were?
That's really hard, but you had 4 successes. So if you spent momentum,
Do it.
I'll happily give you momentum.
it was towards the north.
Okay. I will point to the others. It's definitely that way. Barely discernible, but definitely that way, to the north.
The sand is whipping around you, stinging in your eyes. It's sort of anything that is exposed, even if it's just the bridge of your nose, you can feel the sting of the sand grains onto it.
Just cover ourselves, get the arm up.
Yeah, the animals are, have you ever heard a camel moan, basically? No? That was a really creepy sound. But basically, they're hunkering down, they're pressing to the ground next to these small walls that are left of that old caravanserai. And you go north, to the northern edge of your camp. But the others, the other nomads, some of them have actually got out of the tents now as well, are pinning everything down and checking stuff and moving some things around. But you're going to the northern edge of the camp, and you see a slight... Yeah, is it a light in the sky that's growing over the horizon? It's pulsing. It's swirling and whirling.
I nudge Mortaz and I say, "What's that? Is that magic?"
What, the lanterns? People carrying lanterns over the rise?
It sure feels like magic, he says.
I have my
creeped up face.
Mortals, get the club out.
I have my dagger. I don't have my whip because I don't think it will be as effective in this wind.
So Mortas gets the staff out. That's what you mean, yeah? The cat-headed staff. Just nervously hanging onto it because you told him to. But I'll show you a little picture. I'm just going to show that in the stream first. Premiere on the stream. So I can position it right. Yeah, that will do. That will do. So there you go.
Oh.
That doesn't look too healthy.
Oh, wow.
That's more or less what you see. Ignore the dead person on the floor right now.
That's is that a huge sandworm?
It's a huge swirl.
Like a whirlpool,
it's
isn't
not a worm as such, but it's in the night sky. You can see these swirls of sand just going around and around. And you now, Cryas, you can definitely hear words. Sounds like ancient Stygian, maybe. You've heard that a lot around you recently. But only bits that have been ripped to shreds, sentences basically ripped to shreds by the wind and by the noise around you. So you just hear little syllables here and there.
It's like chanting. It's like someone's doing something. It does sound like magic. It must be from someone. Is that tent in front of us?
More or less. There was a tent, but it's basically blown down by now. There you go.
Okay.
So it's really hard. And you're actually trying to keep yourself steady, and this is really blowing, but you are stumbling forward a little bit on the edge of the camp right now.
And I'm screaming, I guess, to everybody. We need to stay extremely close to one another so that we don't get lost.
Okay, so you hunker back. You sort of go together a bit, yeah?
Yeah.
I just realized.
What's the visibility in the storm?
It's
couple
getting worse.
meters?
It means it's dark anyway, but there's this strange light in the sky that seems to be reflected by this light swirl or by the sun swirl as well. So imagine a starlit night with a little bit of moon. But there's lots of stuff flying around your eyes. I've got a little bit of box text. We haven't done a lot of box text today. So let's have it. So pelted by sand and grit, you push against the wind and try to keep your footing. The ground seems to slide under you, as if standing in the sand while the current goes, when you realize that the ground is indeed moving under you, pulling at you. You have but a moment when it grasps you, drags you beneath the sand, tearing at you in every direction, crushing you within its rough weight as you sink into the sand. So, let's have a look.
Against it.
Are you trying to free yourself?
Yes, definitely.
May I please get from you athletics or acrobatics? And I need to roll, and I'm going to roll this secretly because it gives me the chance to spend lots of my doom, because I've got 12 doom. So, but But you need to roll your
Same
tests.
number in both.
And you can either wait, I can wait until you've rolled, or I roll first and don't tell you.
So I guess 1 momentum each.
Yeah.
Or does one like?
Yeah.
Do we have someone really bad at it?
I'm okay. I'm 12.
I'm not as good as you.
Yeah,
How
maybe
about
you
you?
take 2.
You take
Martin.
2.
Oh shit!
Mortas.
How's Mortis looking?
Moataz will need one because he won't.
No,
think-
Mortaz
yeah.
might need 2.
Let me have a
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
How he's looking. I was just trying to open him up.
I'll just roll it straight.
Mortas.
Oh, nice roll.
Right. So I'm going to roll it straight
Oh.
and just hope for the best.
Still says he's wounded. Let me remove his wound first. Because I think you have enough time.
I'll use 1 momentum, and then Moataz can have 2. Yeah.
So, acrobatics or, what did I say? Athletics. Oh gosh, he's
Yeah.
bad at this.
Yeah, that's
He
what
can
I
have,
think.
he can have 2.
That's why
momentum.
we're giving him
2
the other
momentum?
2 momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has 1 success. So what have we got? Durzo, you've got 2. Shira 1.
Yeah.
Trias 1. Mortas 1. So now
I've
I
got
need to
none.
roll.
I've got 0.
Oh,
So-
all right. So I need to roll for this thing. How am I going to best do this? Because it's just actually won't work very well because it's just numbers. I don't have a character for this. So it says, yeah, I'm going to roll this manually. That's a rubbish roll. But I can re-roll, so you can and I can too. So I'm going to re-roll. What else?
Onto your dice anyway.
Yeah,
No, it's all question marks.
but you can
Yeah.
see it on the stream eventually.
We only see question marks on the
okay.
dice. Yeah.
So that gives me that one, and that one, and that one. So 17 and 4 focus, and re-roll any failed once. Okay, yeah, they have more successes than you. So what that means is you are all being dragged into the sand. Gosh, that really is.
Oh, what
really have
about
considered
our guide?
your guide?
He didn't come with us, did he?
Did you?
Let's say he got separated from you. It makes it easier for me. Otherwise, I have to roll
All
too
right.
much.
Okay.
Right. So that means everybody gets 2 damage. How do I best do that? I might actually quickly make an NPC.
Straight up damage, or do we apply armor?
Oh, well, we'll find out in a minute. But actually, what we can do, we can also say that with this scene, it's a bit early, isn't it? We could bring it to a close for today, otherwise. So Storm, I make an NPC, and then we've got a little weapon I will create for him, and that should give me the right base damage, and then I can roll much easier. So I was just going to call new attack. Doesn't have any inventive name. So, the first person, sorry, I didn't determine who that is. That's actually Shira on my Zoom. So Shira, that would be 1 physical damage only this time. First round is easy. Yeah? I don't know whether you've got any armor.
I have it on my torso, left arm, and right arm. 1.
Right. So, right arm you have 1. So, you can feel, however, how your armor is getting basically abrased. Yeah? Extinguished. No, what's the best way? It's not abrased. What is it called? It's shorn off.
Dissolved?
Effort, maybe?
Dissolved?
Dissolved, yeah, ground down, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but destroying an armor
Eroded.
piece is a little bit hard for 1 damage.
Yeah, yeah. but
Eroded.
it's just like sandpaper. It will take a little while.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not destroyed. You can just feel how it's being worn down. That's basically what I'm saying. So next
So
round,
I don't take the damage.
not yet. Durzo.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Left leg. What's your armor?
2.
So, 2 damage. Nothing happens to you. But again, you feel the sand seeping into it and making it harder and harder. Now, these will escalate, these things, just so you know. And then Cryas. You're also in the sand.
Yeah, well, I've got no successes. I've got 1 point armor all over bar my head.
Right, you have no successes. No successes. So that gives, I'll give it an extra bonus then. Boom, boom, boom. So you get 3 on the left arm.
So so there's 2 damage. Then.
Something comes through. You just get this, you all get this feeling that you're not just sinking a little bit into it. It was almost like the sand is grasping for you and it's trying to pull you under. Like there is an awareness, a wicked sense of purpose behind it. And I've got a picture for that too. Look, that's actually from the book.
What's that?
Does the
Get out of
grabbing,
it.
like, is it tangible? Does it feel like tendrils grabbing us, or is it just like we are thinking in very, like essentially like water?
It is actually almost like the sand moves around you and tightening, like grasping for you, like a tendril, like a tentacle. You're quite right. Almost
Can I
as if it's
try
trying
to
to.
stab it?
Targeting us.
Oh, you can try, but it's going to be quite hard to actually get to it.
All right, I'll try to stab the sand.
You probably, the shorter the weapon, the easier it's going to be.
Okay, I have the shortest reach is like 1.
Okay.
I do have that, so
Yeah, of course. In your Swiss Army knife for weaponry, you just go.
yeah. So you say very hard. What does that? Is it like a dire? Dawn?
Now let's not quite make it dire to hit it. Let's make it a 4. What is that one?
4?
I
4
forget
is
the name for
dire.
it. It is for, okay, one
Four is
underneath
dire,
him.
Yeah.
Daunting. Is it number 3?
Daunting is 3, yeah.
Yeah, let's go for daunting.
I go for momentum spent.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go for it.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Complication?
Yeah, but 4 successes. So
Yeah, do you want to do
that's
anything with the complications? What I'm asking. Do you want to re-roll it or get rid of it in any way?
Oh, I have nothing to reroll d20s when attacking.
Oh,
No,
okay.
you don't need it.
Okay.
So let me check.
So-
But don't think to do. No.
I think it's-
Try and sort of slice through the sand, which is very, very difficult. But you manage, you think you connect with something, and it sort of yanks away your koppesh from you. However, next time when you roll, you only need your getting out test basically is going to be much easier. Yeah. So, and this spin cycle, if you like, you now have another chance to get out with an athletic test. Daunting, please. So difficulty 3.
Wasn't
And
it
for that one, you have
daunting
one
the
momentum
first
you can
time?
bank if you want.
Wasn't it daunting the first time? If you said it gets easier?
No, daunting for everybody, but for you it's one easier.
All right. Yeah, I don't have momentum to bank.
Don't you? 4
No,
successes?
it was dire, and I had 4 successes. So
Didn't I
just...
say make it daunting rather than dire?
Yeah, you said make it daunting. So
Yeah,
3
so you've got
successes.
one-
So you got one. You got
one
one
momentum.
All
momentum.
right. In this case, I'll.
You can bank it or you can use it for your athletics roll if you like.
No, I'll bank it for someone else to use it.
Good. Very chummy of you.
And actually, let's. Yes. Guaranteed success. And let's go.
Yes, you actually get out of the sand for a moment.
Bank that one.
You've cut down at something. You yelling to us what to do.
Yeah.
Not everybody will be able to necessarily achieve that, but yeah, by all means, communicate it if you like.
I would guess there is something in the sand. Stab it and jump out.
Yeah.
And are there like? It was in the picture before, but are there like rocks that we could reach from our
There
position?
are some stones there as well, but they are
Yeah.
not huge rocks. They're a bit further down, a bit further towards the where the caravanserai was built. That's rockier ground over there. There's even flagstones and stuff.
I'll shout to my comrades that we need to get to the rocks. Can I assist them in getting out now that I'm free?
Yeah, but next round. You just got yourself free.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
they now have still their turn.
They have
of
their
trying
turn.
to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have their turn. So who wants to go next? Do you want Mortis to go next, or one of you?
I've got a knife.
Okay.
So I do have a weapon.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will do the same. I will try to cut down. I think I'm going to use a bit of fortune. Because there's no chance. You say it's a dire difficulty.
It wasn't dire.
No, it was daunting. Like
Daunting.
D3.
Okay, so it's D3. Okay.
And that should be the same for all of you, just to keep it
Dance.
equitable.
And let me use one momentum as well. Why not? Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
well done, well done.
Very
You also
nice,
you have the
very
same
nice.
experience with your dagger. You sort of feel like something is grabbing from your knee, and you're just trying to stab down. But luckily, you miss your knee, and it makes it a lot easier for you to get out as well. So it's just a what did I say now? 2, 3, 2 to get out of athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, it's the same for me. So acrobatics.
I'll give you
I'm
2
gonna use
actions
a
here because I'm being kind.
Yeah. Okay, and I need 2 successes.
Yeah.
Come on, you can do it. Oh, yeah.
Yay! You
Just
also
about.
mentioned to lose yourself, and you're trying to sort of scrabble out of the sand, but it takes a lot of effort. But you feel like you're not being grabbed and dragged under anymore.
Excellent. I can't believe I rolled so well. But
So-
fortune does help. Fortune favours the brave.
Yeah, Shira.
I am going to yell at it. And I am going to use strong arm tactics, rank 2.
Intimidate the sand.
And I am going to persuade it, saying essentially that I'm going to, because persuade is also intimidate. I looked it up. So I'm going to say essentially, by the forces of nature, you shall stop, for this is unnatural. And I am going to do strong arm tactics, which gives me an extra 2 dice, and I gain piercing X on your threatening attacks, where X is equal to your rank in strong arm tactics. And so here
That's 2.
we go. So, persuade, and okay, so where do I put up the 2 dice? Oh, I guess I just put them in
Bonus.
there, right?
There's bonus die. You can.
Oh, bonus dice, sorry. So I'm going to use a momentum, and I'm going to use the bonus die of 2.
You are assuming that something with reason can hear you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this. I'm absolutely assuming that this is a manifestation which is going to take more damage by intimidation and by persuasion than by a knife. And so, what's the difficulty?
It would be opposed.
Oh, it would be opposed.
It would be opposed. So it's not like a given one at the beginning.
But opposed means it has stats, so shouldn't we roll
It
damage?
would be if there were a reasonable person behind it, which isn't.
I have 4
So we don't roll
successes.
for damage.
I have 4 successes
You can't.
and 3
really-
momentum.
This is a spell at work, without spoiling too much. You can't really persuade a spell not to act.
But if the hearer can hear it,
Yeah,
if the
then
s-
yes. Unfortunately, they can't.
and that's what he can't. Okay.
You shout, and it's mighty. You bellow, yeah, and everybody's very impressed, especially if you manage to free yourself now.
Oh yeah, that
How
counts.
did you not want
So
to do that?
can I bank that momentum?
Because it wasn't really something that was
But-
targeted against it. I'm afraid not.
I'm gonna. Oh, can't I do a Durzo and complain that it's allowed statistic or from the game rules?
No,
Help me
Durzo-
out! Help me
Durzo-
out!
Durzo-
I
Durzo-
banked the momentum that Cry's used or something, so
What? Okay, so you go ahead and bank it
Trust
for
them
me. Okay, so I'm gonna use not animal handling, athletics.
Thank my knife.
Athletics or acrobatics?
No, acrobatics.
And it's 3. I need.
I need 3.
You need
Of course
three.
I do. What the hell with it?
Well, hey.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. So, what did I do with my storm?
Difficulty 2, though, wasn't it?
He needed 3 because, unfortunately, his shouting was impressive but didn't have an effect. So, boom, boom.
And I can't re-roll. I don't have anything.
No,
that
so
can
your
re-roll.
right arm would be getting 2 damage.
If you've got something called agile, you can re-roll acrobatics dice, which I
If I
did
what?
have, and I've got to re-roll mine.
If I what?
If you've got something called agile, talent called agile.
No, I don't.
Yet.
Okay,
Next time.
next time maybe.
So,
If there is a next time. All right. So does that mean that I take off my right arm soak?
how much is
I
it?
take off my armor?
How much is your
So
right
do I
arm?
destroy my armor?
No, not yet. No,
Oh,
tell me how much soak
okay.
you've got.
1.
1. So you would
From
take
my
1
right arm.
damage, that's all, from this.
Okay.
But you can feel like the sand is not just, because the sand is not just hitting your armor, it's getting in everywhere. Yeah, I hate sand. You know that bit. It gets everywhere. And it's rubbing all over your skin and making your skin creep and so on. But your armor does help a little bit because of this tentacly thing, whatever it's trying to to grab you. So, 2 of you are now outside the sand. Yeah? So you can help. Maybe you can find a branch. Maybe you can find a rope.
Have
Maybe
you got
can...
your whip?
I've
Have you
got
your
my
whip?
whip. Yeah, I've got my whip.
So-
We're doing the
I'm
class
already ahead
Indiana
of you.
Jones one.
I give you the chance, as usual, in Conan, to decide who acts first. So if you want to, you can see whether you can get your whip out and
Yeah.
sort of make a connection with the 2 people outside of this whirlpool of sand.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
See, if we go back in there, we could get drawn back in.
All right. So
Make a whip attack.
what do I use?
Just a whip
It's
attack.
an attack.
Whip
Whip
attack.
With attack.
Difficulty 2. And if you manage that, you basically manage to rest your whip off your head and try to get it somewhere near these guys.
Difficulty 2. Nice.
Yeah, there you go. So you manage somehow to get this whip above your head, and it flops more than it actually snaps towards them, but it flops so the other 2 can actually grab it, or one of you can grab it.
Yeah, I'll grab it and haul ass towards the rocks.
And I'll pull Durzo.
So
can just-
Durzo hangs onto the whip. Trice
Yeah.
hangs onto Durzo.
Yeah.
So
And the
Durzo,
2 of
you're
us.
assisting with an athletics one. I think it's athletics.
Yeah,
isn't
I'm
it?
assisting Durzo, yeah?
And Durzo is doing the main thing. And how many
So I need to do
successes
an
do I get?
athletics as a single dice, don't I?
Single die for you. I'm just wondering what difficulty it should be.
I'm
Let's
used
make
to
it
do
Kira
an
is
assist.
very small, and
Yeah,
I'm
let's make it 3.
not
Come
that
on.
small.
3. So
So
he's got 1
I
success.
gave you a success.
Durzo, you only need 2 successes. It's not a problem for you.
So it's a D1, just to
You too.
D2.
Make it D2 because the test is D2, but you get a bonus success. So there, between you just about manage it.
Yeah.
Shira, you now have somebody who's hanging on to the other half of this. So this now makes it easier for you to escape.
Okay.
It's not immediate, but it makes it easier for you to escape. So now you've got the same help that the others have. So make it happen. Come on. Difficulty 2. Otherwise, I might have to give you more damage.
And this is an acrobatics test for me.
Acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah, no, athletics is not my forte.
And then there's still more.
and I
options.
need 2.
2. Yeah, instead of 3 earlier. I'm improvising this to a certain extent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, good. You drag Shira out, finally. It takes a lot of doing, but you drag her out. She looks somewhat shredded.
As a
With
Conan
a
Scar on your forehead
with a
earlier.
scar on my forehead.
Yeah, but that's been
Very-
worn clean by the sand, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a family-friendly show, but just use your Conan imagination with the shredding of the clothes.
Yes, indeed, indeed. So, And that leaves Mortas in the pit.
In the meantime?
Yeah.
Mortas is
So we're going
struggling.
to try to help Mortas now.
No, I have not actually been rolling for damage, but if you don't rescue him now, then he might get some damage. So you now have the whip, 3 of you on the side, and only he is in the whirlpool.
You can whip his neck and we pull.
Yeah. Or I can get around his body.
Skipped a couple of his turns, so you know.
Yeah.
I can whip around the top of his torso.
You can try. At least you can get the so close to him that he can actually grasp it. You make another attack.
Sure.
You make another attack
I'll make another
with 2. Yeah, difficulty 2. If you manage, then he's got that same help that you had, and then you can help him out.
So I'll roll 1 dice to assist.
With the whip attack, you can't assist really.
No, I can't. No, that's on the pole, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
exactly.
but
On the
they're
pole,
pulling
you can
out.
all assist, or 1 leads and 2 assists,
Well,
if you want to.
yeah.
Oh, 1. Let's see. Maybe he can make up. If he gets 3 successes in his very, very basic roll, then he can make up for that. You don't have... yeah, you don't have... Shall I use a threat? A doom, sorry?
Use a fortune.
Use one of his
Oh,
fortunes.
yes, of course. He's got his own fortune, doesn't he?
That's what I was debating. I was thinking to myself, should I use this? And I thought, this is getting dicey. I might need it.
Dicey is a good word for it. So, where's the fortune? Where do I put the fortune in? There. On the left. I did the fortune. Didn't take it. Let me try this again.
Dude, you did it on the
You
dice roll.
privately rolled.
Yeah, you're still on private roll.
Hang on. Let me show you this. So I click fortune +1, yeah?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. It's taken it away, so I can't do it anymore. But it didn't roll for it. Success is 1 from a 1. Because he doesn't have focus.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. He's got no
Oh,
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
but it's still 1 success extra.
There's 1 success. Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
it's
other
not
2
enough,
were
is
not
it?
successes. The other 2 dice. Let me
Okay, well,
re-roll.
one of us needs to charge over there and pull him out, don't we?
Nah,
that's
okay.
not bad.
It's not bad. 2 successes. Right, you need to do something else because he's starting to take damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll wade in and try to drag him out.
If you wade in there with the whip wrapped around you, we'll pull
the
the
whip
whip.
is currently wrapped around Mortas, isn't it?
No, he was trying to grasp it. He hung on to it for a little while.
Yeah,
Oh,
pulled
trying
it.
to
in this
grasp
case,
it.
I'll take the whip and
Yeah.
essentially go in
He
there.
couldn't grasp onto it fully.
No.
If
So
you go with the whip, we'll pull the whip.
Oh,
you
guys.
pull Motors.
So you're tying him up.
We've been doing sand swimming for quite some time now. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Yes.
So, what do you need for me to drag him out?
I think I definitely want an athletics one for you. But I think I'm
And
going
can we assist?
call
Can
that
we
a
think?
3. You need to hang on to them and then pull them back out. So for you to get to him and grasp him, I want an acrobatics 3 or athletics 3. And then you can pull them up. 3, 4. Oh, you used the
Oh,
fortune.
nice.
Very well done. Yeah, so
Nice,
you
smart.
actually managed. You go back into this grasping tentacle thing, this horrible thing that keeps getting everywhere. And then you just about reach his hand is up to here. Yeah, the hand is just out. And he's going, help me. And he definitely looks worse for wear. But you grasp him, and now the other 2 have to pull you out.
So we do an acrobatic.
Acrobatics. You can assist each other, and I'm still
Athletics
going to...
with
You're pulling out
1
2 people,
dice.
so how mean do I want to be?
I mean,
Make it a 3?
wouldn't I be the pulling since I'm trying to drag him out?
You're
They
hanging
would
on to him.
mean
No, you
by-
grasp him.
Yeah, like basically one hand Mortas and the one pulling
Okay.
on
Oh,
the.
that's-
You can help as well. How about that?
I failed on my assist.
So you can, Adrazo, you can actually lead it, and Shiri
Okay,
can
so I'm
assist.
going to assist, so I'll
Is
assist.
that easier? Is that better?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, nice. So you have 2 successes.
So
you
we
just
need
need
one
one more,
more.
and you've got it.
Assist is only 1 dice, by the way.
Yeah, well, never mind. There we go. You've got enough.
Sorry.
There we go.
You've got enough. So, with combined strength and force, you manage to pull out of this pool of sand. And just as you do it, you almost sense like the whole thing is trying to chase you. It's moving, but you're quickly moving to the rocky ground, right?
Yeah.
Quickly moving to the rocky ground. You're slumping down on it. You see some of the nomads being caught up in this funnel as well. But you make it to close to where your animals are shouting in panic. And at that moment, I think, as you have firm ground under your feet again, that's where we'll do our cut. How about it?
Yay.
Is that a
That
good
was
moment?
exciting.
We can talk a little bit more about it, but there's one more thing you notice, Shira.
Oh, for frig's sake. Don't even dare say it.
It's in the scenario.
That was the reason why you got
Of course it
pulled
is.
in. You should
Is
have
it
left it back in
gone?
the tent.
As you get out and you sort yourself out and you pat yourself down, you just notice
You've lost it again, haven't you? Again.
that the eye of Acheron is gone. You have basically
I don't
a
put
big,
it in a pocket. I will lose it.
a big sort of welt where the chain was dragged and ripped, basically. But basically, that is gone. Sorry, I didn't make the story.
You should have left it in the tent.
But as soon as you basically spent a round in the sand, it was gone. Especially with the complication you had. Perfect. Right, with that,
That's why you said thank you.
yes.
I knew something was up.
It is one of those
Just- oh.
slightly daft things. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's dramatic necessity. I appreciate that. But it also says, spend as much doom as you need to make it happen.
Oh, wow.
So, I didn't
I mean,
actually-
you gave me the hint saying it's itchy, it's itchy. So, I mean, even if I left it in the tent, it would have been sucked, the tent would have been sucked down.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
This is like, it has been written.
Yeah. It's destined to happen.
It is
Yeah.
destiny. It is destiny.
What's
Right.
destiny?
So, good. With that, I think we can have a quick chat. But with that, I think we had a good point in the story. You're on safe ground, but there's still drama going on. There's still a storm raging around you. I think that's a good point to return to.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Good. Well, thanks to the stream. Not very active our chat today, but Mohammed, if you're still there, thanks for keeping company. If not,
Don't forget something before you shut it off.
what's that?
The charity.
Oh yeah, well, charity. If you watch to this end and you still think that it's worth it, there is a charity going on, March for Kids. It's called. It's a charity streaming event with a few streamers in Germany. I'm very keen to support, and I will donate whatever money I get from streaming. Not that much. I think we're currently on YouTube for £6, but I will put my normal donation on as well. And any other donations that you want to make, you can do directly, or you can send me a Ko-fi thing. Anything in March basically goes over there. If you want to find the links, they will be under this video. They were on Twitch, but we're not on Twitter anymore. And yeah, if you want to Google it, it's called March for Kids, and I'm sure you'll find it. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for playing. Thank you very much for humoring me with all the good dice rolling you've done. And we will be seeing you, if our calendar works out, next Thursday
Next week, isn't it?
for the
Yeah, next week.
continuation of this. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And we are probably, as I said, about 3 episodes away from the finale, I reckon.
Oh.
So we're getting there.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, and the broth thickens. Yeah. Good. Well, that's it for the stream. Do you want to wave goodbye?
See ya.
Cheers.
Bye.